our parents were taught for a very, very long time. Eventually, kò mú any result wá for anybody. Kàkà kó mú result wá, pain ní Nigeria mú wá fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. So, ẹ̀yin tá à ń sọ fún, we hope that you would all listen and we can get the hell out of Nigeria as quickly as possible. Nítorí pé it's just, not working. Kò síye interface tó lè make Nigeria kó work. Kò síye nǹkan tí ẹ fẹ́ fi gbàdúrà tó lè change narrative yẹn. It is just too late. The world is a beautiful place, but unfortunately, the Yoruba people have been deceived, given a false hope. Kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó bàjẹ́ jù pé kán máa parọ́ fún yàn pé nǹkan kan máa work. That is what they've said with Nigeria, and it has now become, ó ti wá di pandemic sí wa lọ́rùn. Pé ìlú yìí ọ̀nà kan tó kù ta lè fi gbára wa ni pé kólúkálukú kó máa lọ nílọ títí ẹ̀. Ìyẹn ò dájà láàrin àwọn gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà. Mo kí ẹ easy ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, ṣàlàáfíà ló wà. Mo kí dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Like I said, it's just many things that we talked about every now and then. There's nothing new that we can add to what we have been saying. It is entirely up to Yoruba people to wake up and realize that, the dreams, our dreams is not going to happen in Nigeria. So if you're one of those that is expecting our dreams, the law is not working for us. The system is not working for us. It is actually against us. Teba wo Nigeria, the system is literally against us. Kò favor wa. Even though ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń sọ pé ó máa favor wa torí pé president tó wà níbẹ̀ nísìnyí ó máa gbé àwọn nǹkan kan. Mo tẹ̀lé àwọn kan tó ń jubilate pé passport in Nigeria ti easy láti gbà nísìnyí. You can imagine the kind of brainwash that people have found themselves in. Mo kí bàbá mi Olúdáre JP Moore, where we are now being told that ẹ má worry o, Nigerian passport is easy láti gbà nísìnyí. I mean, I saw a lot of people, celebrating that. That is what we can celebrate after 63 years. It's been a country that have been deceitful. Ó ti parọ́ tó pọ̀ jù fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa. And today, many Yoruba people are still in the hope pé ìjọ kan máa wáyé tí dreams wa tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nigeria. Àwa dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé dreams yẹn kò lè ever ṣẹlẹ̀. Kàkà kó ṣẹlẹ̀, it will become more pain. Many people will be pained. The expectation that the country is going to transform, it's not going to happen. So what we can only talk about now is to finally wind down Nigeria and let everybody go their separate ways. Many even say that, that kind of vision, cannot come true. Pé kò lè wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ká máa sọ pé a fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà, tá la wá tá máa ná fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà. Táwọn èèyàn kan ò rí ṣe. Ẹ mọ̀, and àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ̀ ń rò pé bóyá Joe Biden ló máa wá pín Nàìjíríà fún wa. These are the myopic thinking that bóyá Joe Biden, president ìlú Amẹ́ríkà, òun ló máa pín Nàìjíríà, ló máa jẹ́ kí olúkálukú máa lọ nílùú ẹ̀. It doesn't happen like that. If you're one of those thinking that Joe Biden ló máa pín Nàìjíríà, it's not going to be like that. So don't even think of such if you're one of those. Joe Biden ò ní pín Nàìjíríà, Russia ò ní pín Nàìjíríà, UK ò ní pín Nàìjíríà, the 27 European countries ò ní pín Nàìjíríà, African Union kò ní pín Nàìjíríà, ta ló tún wà níbẹ̀, ECOWAS ò ní pín Nàìjíríà, We have about 195 countries, if I'm right, around the world or thereabout. Any of those countries will come and split Nigeria for us. You'll be living in denial. You'll be living in denial. The world is so engaged. France, Mokia Masbi, Motika, France. France is part of the European countries, and that's about 24 or 27 European countries, where some of them are very small in numbers, but they're making a lot of decisions in Africa. They've literally turned Africa to their own cup of tea. So our life is just at stake. Mori report on when we post it, 67 Africans died, trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea. It's not new. It's not going to be the end of it. Many people would die trying to cross, the borders. Whether if it cross Lossi,
it's not new. It's not going to be the end of it. Many people would.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín máa fẹ́ cross sí Europe láti Mediterranean Sea. Mo kí Ajìjàgbara, mo kí brother mi, mo kí Prince Adébánjọ, mo kí Ọpẹ́. Many of our lives that should have been a beautiful one is now stuck. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference whether you are living in Europe or you live in Africa. Ìyà tó ń jà wá náà ló ń jẹ yín. Ìyàtọ̀ kan ní pé just a small minority. Mo kí Àrólé Olódùmarè. So if you're one of those that are hoping, because hope yẹn ló ti fi sí wa nígbàyà, and we have driven that hope to the point that kò sẹ́ni kankan tó fi gbọ́n kankan mọ́ nísìnyí pé there is a hope. You'll be told to hold on to that hope, especially àwọn tó máa ń náà ń ṣe motivational jagbajantis yẹn, àwọn bíi Fẹlá Dúrótóyè and the rest of them. Ọmọ máa fún yín ní hope pé passport in Nigeria ti easy láti gbà nísìnyí o. Mo rí yẹn tó ń trend lórí X. Ó ti easy láti gba passport Nigeria nísìnyí. You can get a Nigerian passport. It's very easy. Mo kí Gani Olóyèdé. And many people also will buy into that narrative. Mo kí One Truth Emperor. Mo kí Yawa Amdalat. Mo kí àwọn tó wà nínú àwẹ̀. Many people will buy into that nonsense. Nigeria ti change. Ó ti easy fún wa láti gba passport in Nigeria nísìnyí. And eventually, mo kí Yawa Yọlá Adédoyin. You sọ́nkì mo kí ẹ. Kódà àwọn kan tún dúpẹ́ pé dọ́là ti ń wá sílẹ̀ o, náírà ti ń wá sílẹ̀ o. Koiki a sọ fún ẹ pé Nàìjíríà ṣì máa da. These are false narratives. If you're one of those, I don't have a topic, but I'm just going to be floating, from one side to the other, because I'm not prepared for a program, but I thought I have a bit of time. Most of the time, I'm going to be very busy, in the next couple of months. So that means about time Tabani, personally myself, will be coming out mo lè jáde lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta in a day, mo lè jáde lẹ́ẹ̀kan, mo lè má jáde. 3 years I was shouting here, I was screaming my head off. Ẹ má bínú tí òun yẹn bá ń reflect. It's just the way tí mo ṣe jókòó, because I've been busy doing a lot of things, behind the scene. My personal life, nothing to do with Yoruba Nation. I have my own personal life as well. So if you don't think I don't have a personal life, if you know any life to me, you need life to me now. So that I life me anymore for times he left for 3 years. We can't just forward shit, can knock it once and for all. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ ní ọ̀nà tí a fi gbà yẹn, wọ́n ní kò ń ṣọ̀nà. Mo kí Yawa Lásùnbọ̀, Sangolana, Ekaboma. So we were criticized, we were bastardized. My name was put in the mud. All that I didn't bother, because at the end of the day, I am far ahead of at least millions of people in Nigeria today in terms of healthcare. I will not cry to Obasilakbo me town when me ba sick. It's just a phone call I can call. Moki Awa Queen Omolara káàbọ̀. Yeah, but ẹ̀gbọ́n mi brother mi Gbénga ẹ ṣé gan ni. Prince Adébáyọ̀ Shitty mo kí àwọn tó wà lórí platform pẹ̀lú wa, mo lè kí àwọn tó máa darapọ̀. It's unfortunate that we have been told lies by criminals calling themselves politicians. Sherry, politicians are the most deceitful people, even in Europe. I mean, there are so many things tí Rishi Sunak ń ṣe nísìn tí irọ́ àwọ̀ buy into it because irọ́ ti ẹ̀jẹ̀ ló wà lẹ́nu gbogbo wọn. Yàtọ̀ kan ní pé ti Áfíríkà wọ́n máa ń tẹ̀ sí wa lójú pé yes kí lẹ máa ṣe sí tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ jù wá fi sójà wá fi pa ẹ́, you know, just like bí Tompolo information tí mo gbọ́ ni pé Tompolo ló gbé sójà lọ sí Delta tó pa àwọn èèyàn wá retaliate. Mo kí Olúṣọ̀gá Ẹniọlá Matthew èèyàn tó lóye Ìgbòho ṣá. Eventually àwọn ọmọ yẹn retaliate, àwọn náà pa sójà dànù, ó pa 16. So the unity táwọn wá nínú Nàìjíríà tí àwọn parents wa sọ fún wa pé unity, prosperity àti kí ni bàbá kí tó yẹ tẹ sọ yẹn náà wealth bó mo tẹ fi mo gbé kíní yẹn sí pé gbogbo wa la máa rí nínú Nàìjíríà. I wa realize pé for 63 years, for good 63 years la fi ń wá unity, and wá unity. I mean 63 years we're looking for ẹ kákọ̀ dúró lórí ọ̀nà mẹ́ta again ní ọ̀sán yìí torí àsìkò. So ẹni tó bá need the document ẹ lọ sórí website mi àti gbé síbẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ kà níbẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ download ẹ̀. Wealth, prosperity and power. Nǹkan mẹ́ta yẹn la ti ń wá láti ọjọ́ táláyé ti dáyé. Mo kí bàbá wa Jíbóyè Ìníṣọlá, mo kí Adékúnlé Rasulullah, mo kí Yorùbá Nation Àfọ̀njá àwà lórí live wọn lọ́dọ̀ yìí. Okay, that's fine. All right, kí ló dé tí mo connect pẹ̀lú wọn? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n send ẹ lọ síbẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ n lọ ṣe cross posting kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ tiwọn náà. Yeah, at least wọ́n fún mi ní access sí page wọn. Mo kí Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá Táíwò kọ́lọ́mbà dúró tiẹ̀. Tírú Táíwò yẹn bá wà nílùú ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú eyesight problem tó níyẹn, number one, wọ́n máa classify it as somebody that has physical challenge. Ó lé tó máa gbà ní every week ẹni tí ó bá wà disabled, and the word yẹn disabled nílùú ẹ̀ because ààrẹ wọn as people that are disabled, they are able but for one reason or the other they are just unfortunate that Beledumare ṣe bí wọn nìyẹn bó ṣe dá wọn nìyẹn. Mo kí Mr. Lárẹ̀wájú Táíwò. So irú brother wa Táíwò Thomas ẹ mọ̀ pé ó ní eyesight problem. Tó bá yẹ pé ìlú ìlú wà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó jẹ́ àkàndá bẹ́ẹ̀ and so many in Nigeria, ó lè tán mo máa fún wọn kódà àwọn tẹ̀lé máa ń gbádùn jù because I believe pé tó ní physical challenge a lot of things ni wọ́n ní lè ṣe. You know, they are struggle. Ifá ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá, Ifá ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé, àbọ̀rọ̀ àbọ̀yè mú kí our Oduduwa nation is light to the whole universe. Sherry, agent, your background mi kúrò níbi ó dà pé background mi ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́rí mi dáadáa yìí táwa lórí Koikimedia. Agent, your background yẹn kẹ́yìn náà lè rí bí background mi ṣe rí. Sórí ayé yóò dúró de anybody. This beautiful world, ilé ayé tó ń wò yìí, wọ́n ní ayé ò dúró dẹni kankan, béèyàn bá dẹ̀ kú ayé ò stop. So máa rò pé tí èèyàn kan bá kú ilé ayé máa dá dúró, ó máa stop. Nah, the world continue. The world doesn't never end. Mo kí bàbá Samson Adékúnlé. This world does not end. So for 63 years, we were told about a country called Nigeria, somewhere around there. That's Nigeria. Just upper is Niger, Cameroon. Ijan Cameroon, you know, a big fight is going there because àwọn Ambazonia, àwọn náà fẹ́ dá dúró but wọ́n fi gbà fún wọn. Àwọn Amazonia náà fi lọ, wọ́n fi gbà fún wọn. So let's just stick to these 3 points again this afternoon. Kó tó di pa àwọn ọmọ mi máa dé láti school. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ tí náà ti lọ sí school? Wọ́n ta wóróbo káàkiri. Mo kí bàbá wa tí Àmì Olúkmọ̀n. Have your children gone to school today? How many of your children are still attending schools? All right. I mean, school education should be free up to at least, secondary school. I mean, yeah, we buy the uniform, we buy the shoes, but my children, I don't pay school fees. One more bill for me pay Billy, Mr. Koiki. That is your bill. That is part of the tax. Simple Rai Mokinsa. Moki Mr. Iyawa Rachel. Moki Grandma Leah Jai. It is part of the Kilode TV New baby Kofumini chat. Only 65-inch screen. Me, Mama Uri. You know, Ma Ura me, Ma Oboshin Lonibe. So, Mama reason to go for mini chat. Okay, Timbo, successfully connected. But like Samsung, it's a very beautiful brand. So, during the regional government, I mean, the Eastern region was developing at their own pace. Mokiyawa Foluke, Duro, Dollar. Mokib, Bami Sulaiman, Otojo Meta, Shishani Kojeking Buro Ilen Jometa. Bàbá yẹn yàtọ̀ sígbà tí màmá wọn kú nìkan ni wọ́n change picture wọn lórí Facebook. Látọdún mẹ́ta èmi àti wọn lájọ wà lórí profile picture wọn. Kò sí rally tá ṣe tí wọ́n wà. Those are loyal individuals. Kọ́lọ̀ bá wà pẹ̀lú yín. Mo rí yín tó jọ́ mẹ́ta sà. Ṣàlàfíà lẹ́wà. Ìlú yìí tíṣẹ́ bá gba nígbà tí mo dé ní 1998. Tó bá fàṣẹ lọ, tó bá máa fi wọlé, kò sí bó ṣe rẹ̀ tó ilẹ̀ máa fi mọ́ wà tún dìde. Torí number one, wàá máa wo pound sterling yẹn pé tó bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ lénìí, wọ́n ní sanwó fún ẹ. Wàá dúpẹ́ pé ẹ ṣe gan ni mọ́mì wa Fọlákẹ́ Dúró Dọlá tí mo fi tẹ̀lédùmarè tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ yín. Ògo òdo ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá mo kí ìyá mi Ellen Ẹdùn mo kí mà. Saheed Balógun mo kí ẹ. So what am I trying to bring out again today is that we have vast amount. Grandma Felicia Jagbe Ekaboma, Baba mi John Ogundele, àwọn tí gbé ní UK rí for over 20 years, but unfortunately wọ́n fún wọn níwèé. And I wonder pé báwo làwọn èèyàn ṣe ń gbé ní UK tó fún wọn níwèé. Immigration is a very bad thing, but in Nigeria today, people come from Niger, they come from different African countries, and they become automatically a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And somebody like me, it took me 15 years before I was given the right, to live in this country so that I can travel, then I can have a permanent say, though with some restriction. This country, UK, because a lot of what I'm doing right now is taking away what I should be discussing in terms of my life in UK. Please, Tobari or not UK, find yourself and come here. Toba de Louis, Toba Sopo Lomo, I will tell you what to do. I'm not going to say that on the social media. I don't need Louis. Oshejare, brother Midada, only I wish to be like you, my mentor. Everybody's like me. Look, I am not as different. Tell me about one ile, o possible te pe mi na ma gbowo titi, mama je owo rita. Mo lè máa ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú MC Olúọmọ àbí Kúnlé Poli àbí gbogbo àwọn alágbára yẹn. Àbí kí máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún olóyè bí ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún báyìí náà. So there's nothing special in somebody like me sitting here. It's just that Billy Dumare ṣe kọ́ nìyẹn. My mom saw the vision and ran out of Nigeria. Ẹ má yẹ kí ọ̀kan fúlì yín àwọn tí tó wà lábroad pé àwọn wá kàwé ni. Kò sẹ́ni tó wá kàwé kankan mọ́ nísìnyí. Jápa ni tó bá lè jápa ọmọ jápa. But the only thing is I don't know how you're gonna find yourself here. 1990, about 30-something years ago, ni mo sì mi sá kúrò Nigeria. Ó kọ́ ọmọ mẹ́rin sílẹ̀, ó sá dànù pé this country is going into a danger. And the reason why my mom left Nigeria, I've said this so many times. I mean, They were making money. These were women that were traveling with about $60,000, $80,000. I'm talking about in the 80s. My mom was traveling with nothing less than $80,000, $70,000, $60,000, $100,000. A lot of Insheoja, a lot of Filtex. But at some point, she realized that if she remained in Nigeria, she would not have the wealth anymore. Though Ashira Tony wealth, Obi Kubana, Alakija, Dele Momodu, Dangote, Ben Bruce, Dino Malaye, and many of such, whether some of the monies are clean, but I can tell you that the Nigerian money today, most of those money are not clean money. Most of those money are criminal money. And I don't have to mention the names of those individuals. Everybody knows drug money is moving around in the Southwest in Yoruba land. A lot of people are taking drugs, from cocaine to all kinds of things. And a lot of other shit things are going on in Nigeria. So government, there is never a genuine money like how my parents were working hard for their money back in the days when they have to work hard. So let's look at three things again that we've lost as Yoruba people and as Nigerians, for those that still think that they are Nigerians. I mean, we are still officially Nigerians, right? So, but we are praying and hoping that we can stop to be officially Nigerians when we officially have a Yoruba country. Please stop wasting your bloody hell time. That woman, she's a fraudster. And a fraudster is like the same like Osh Poppy, a Yoruba man. The Yoruba are very good in fraud, while the Igbos are good in drugs. The Hausas are also good in both vice versa. So every region has their own stake, but that is not where we are going. Where we are going is that we were told that there's a country called Nigeria, a beautiful place in Southwest Africa. Africa was one body. Africa was doing very well. Africa was moving very fast at a very good pace until the Europeans started penetrating and finding that Africa should be divided into different lines. And today, the reason why we are seeing all fights around the world is because the Europeans, the evil European colonists, they changed the narrative. We should now be taking visa to travel around Africa as Africans. But the reason why all these restrictions is happening is because I want Tiwawa Tojubo, that particular territory, whether it is East Africa, West Africa, and whatever part of Africa. And we have been doing very well. We have been civilized before the European came. Well civilized. There's so much evidence to back that. But unfortunately, our forefathers were deceived. And they also thought that the English people, the European people, the Portuguese, the Italians, the Spanish, they were good people. And eventually, these are the same people now that are blocking us. Okay, my following, my worry. My following. These are the same people now that are blocking us from coming into their own territory. They are telling us that you cannot travel from Nigeria or from Africa straight into Europe. You need a visa. But when they came to Africa, they didn't ask for visa. They just came in and do what they have to do and destroy the whole continent. So don't be deceived when they're telling you that Africa needs help. We don't need help from them. They actually need help from us, but we have been so stupid to allow them to give us the false narrative, especially a country like Nigeria that would eventually dissolve. Whether you like it or not, Nigeria would dissolve just like Soviet Union dissolved, just like Yugoslavia did. But many Nigerians today are always excited because they thought that they could navigate and put a structure, a better leader that would drive the country called Nigeria, knowing fully well that a country that is full of shit can never be driven. So some 30 years ago, 30 years ago in the 90s, my mom decided that it was enough for her. She packed away from Nigeria and she came back to Europe to live here and work. It became a very big obstacle within the family as they were asking her, how do you then look after the 4 children that you are going to leave behind? And she did her own arrangement. Some of us were sent to boarding school. That is how I found myself at Abeokuta Grammar School in a private boarding school. My sister was sent to Federal Government Girls College, Ogbomoso. Those areas today are now in control of the Fulanese. As at that time, my mom was traveling to Ogbomoso back to back. Because the weekend, mom si won in school before she traveled. And after a while, my younger sister was brought down here because she was born here among every one of us. I joined them in 1998. That's about 24 years ago. So you can see that we lost the prosperity of developing what is known as Nigeria. If my mom traveled out of Nigeria in the 90s, definitely she pulled my and my other sisters and brothers out of Nigeria because she never saw the vision. You are now telling me you must be crazy. So you are telling me that my mom doesn't know what she's thinking when she said that Nigeria is not working in the 90s. So you now think that Bola Tinubu, one man that came from nowhere, that we cannot even find his good record, would now transform Nigeria so that my mom will now return back after 30 years. You are crazy. You better find your way out of Nigeria until we dissolve that shithole country. Some of you are so excited. Oh, we now have a very easy access to renew our passport. Nigerian High Commission in London. Is that what we should be talking about? When Abu Dhabi is talking about 1.5 trillion hedge fund for investors to come into Abu Dhabi. $1.5 trillion. That's what they're talking about. I'm actually excited because of somebody is changing. That is the entitlement of a citizen. Those that apply for British passport does that from the comfort of their home. Many families right now are filling application online because they're preparing for the holiday before the end of the year. And I know a particular family that called me and said, Mr. Koiki, mo fill the form of passport and mo mi all over you, British passport, because I'm taking them on holiday before the end of the year. And we are still talking about a Nigerian passport that does not allow me. Do you know that if you hold a Nigerian passport here, you cannot get a visa to Dubai anymore? You need about £4,000 to be in your account. Do you know that? No, Mosha. Do you know that so many people have indefinite stay in this country? They don't have a British passport. They still find it difficult to get a visa to European countries. I don't think some of you know that. Oh my God. Thank you so much, those of you that have joined us on Twitter. India Moki grandfather, daddy, Darijo. Shout out to every single one of you on the platform. You know, we normally say share the program so that we don't feel too big. But it is your responsibility to share the program on. Moki Sikiru Kuti, happy Friday to you, my brother. Moki Baba mi boye, Manyugbe. Ekabo daddy. Agbanya dale fún wa. Gbogbo yín bàbá tẹ́ dúró tán pé into ẹ̀ka wa ti ṣe fẹ́yìn ọmọ yìí lẹ́yìn wá ń ṣe yìí. Ẹ wá ń fi àdúrà ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ní strength bí ti tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́. I understand. Bí yàn bá ti ń dé stage kan ní ayé, ẹ má bínú pé sunray ò yẹn pọ̀ díẹ̀. It's just the way I see it. And sometimes I love the energy. The energy of the sun is the most powerful one. Moki Prince Olawole Eshigoni. A Nigerian passport does not apply you, or no, let me take that way. Let me reverse it. A Nigerian passport, which you have the right to live in this country, does not automatically give you an American visa. Do you know that? For the fact that you hold a Nigerian passport has already castigate you. About I better get the monso. Don't you be fan Igbo? And then you be fan Igbo. Oríṣiríṣi èdè ló wà lẹ́nu àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Yeah. Gbogbo ti dàrú. Ẹ má bínú sí mi o. Ibi tá bá ti ń ṣe ẹ má bínú. Gbogbo ẹ dàrú lọ́tùn lósì. Okay. All right. Ẹ má bínú. ẹ má bínú gbogbo ẹ ti dàrú ibi tí mo ti move la máa ṣe sí báyìí. I pity our life that has now been locked inside what is known as Nigeria. They've locked our life, and we are trying to say that we should take back our life. But many Yoruba people need, no. We are not taking back our life. We will all try to fix Nigeria so that that life can be better. And I'm asking, are you sure that that is possible? Are you sure? Are you sure that we can fix Nigeria so that it will give us a better life? Or we are all living in denial? Moki Mr. Olani Lawal, happy weekend to you as well. One love to you, my brother. Yoruba ni Iba Olalafia. If the wealth that my mom was making in Nigeria, because she has been traveling before I was born in 1970, that wealth she lost that wealth within, not because of her fault, because the prosperity tó sọ fún ìyá mi pé Nigeria máa dá. Then at some point she realized that if care is not taken, she will struggle just like many of Yoruba people and other Nigerians are struggling today. It's not Tinubu that destroyed Nigeria. It's just one of those that brought in the man that destroyed Nigeria. And I'm talking about Sebaba, dead or alive. Nnamdi Kanu, God bless him, says Buhari is dead. I don't have that evidence, but I always say, dead or alive, I don't know why they are still holding Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS custody. It just shows that the judiciary, I mean, Sheikh Tinubu in charge of Nigeria, sometimes I wonder whether this man is in charge. Why is, am I being divert there? Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in the DSS custody? So are we saying that Tinubu le pashe for DSS? Take him to Kuje prison. Take him and give him house arrest. Oh, okay. Tinubu is also following the judiciary. Okay. 419 country. So Tinubu should not give instruction to DSS that this man has spent over 3 years in the DSS custody for a crime he has not committed. Unbelievable. The problem in Nigeria cannot be solved. There's no amount of prayers that can solve that problem. The only thing that the prayer can do now is to allow Nigeria to dissolve, hopefully in a peaceful way, or it will end up in a rivers of blood. Doesn't matter. People are dying every day anyway. Buhari killed 28,000 Yoruba people before he left office. 28,000 Yoruba people died. Wa Mokibaba Omitola Kende. Shout out to many of you that have joined me on the Twitter this afternoon. Buhari killed 28,000 Yoruba people. Only God knows how many Igbos, Hausas were killed during the time Buhari was there. Shout out to you, Triple DRS, my brother. How you doing? What wealth are you getting out of Nigeria today? Can you put it in the comment section? Mokiyami Bisola Oladele Ekaboma. Mokiyawa Kemi Osekalo Sylvester. A very good afternoon to you all. I've been very busy, but we're still trying to catch up. I have my own life. sometimes, and that's the reason why I've been very busy lately. Passport that you have to take to OLAKUNLE Mountain before you get a visa. Many Nigerians, when they want to go and apply for visa, they take their passport to the church. They take their passport to the mosque for holy water to be used to bless it, so that they can give them a visa. It's not even about that. It's about whether there is prosperity. Who owns the power? They say power belongs to the people. Power belongs to the people is what we are told. Moki Baba Badamose Smiler. Moki Bugo Intewa ni Barakba ni Bugo Kyogu Mejeje. Shout out to all our Biafran brothers and sisters. Shout out to the Arewas. Thank you so much, Mr. Larry Money. We are not against people that are in love with Tinubu, neither are we against those that are in love with PDP or Labour Party. But what we are saying is that, can any of these political parties bring wealth, prosperity, and power back to the right people, the indigenous people, or Nigerians, if we want to call it that way? Bear with me because I'm sitting against the sun. Mokia easy Lenkonsi. They say power belongs to the people. I'm asking us today, are we sure that that phrase is still working in Nigeria? My children are just getting in from school. I hope it's the same thing with yours. Mokiawa Bolatito, how are you?
Good.
How was school today?
It was good.
I love you.
Love you too.
Yeah. Unbelievable. This is what we are fighting for. You don't need a lot of money, but you just need to have freedom and to be free. Free thinkers. A lot of the British citizens always take their Eshigone, Mommy, Bolatito, thank you so much. Agbaya kale fun gbogbo eyin iya wa te fi oja pon wa. I understand that some of you don't like the way I speak because of my utterances. I understand. But just take what you can take out of it and leave the rest. Moki grammar comfort at the Yemi. For 63 years, our parents were told that there will be wealth, prosperity, and power. Those three things were lost just after the 1970s. But today, we are now communicating with many Nigerians and saying that, look, we can still be doing banter, fight each other as Biafran citizen, as Arewa citizen. We can still do the same thing and say, hey, my former friend from Nigeria, but we are still going to marry each other. But we will not just be bearing the country called Nigeria anymore. That's what we are saying. The only thing that is changing is the name. Important, we might change. Our territory still belongs to us. Our land belongs to us. We would then have our own. Oh, he's wasting his time. The new mining minister is setting up 2,000 military guys to go and look after who is doing illegal mining in a country that has 774 local government. How is 2,000 people going to mine it? Kiloruko going again. That new guy that is the mining minister, that was the former Tinubu Commissioner for Information in Lagos. Why are we forcing ourselves to a name that was given to us by Lugard, a criminal guy that has no interest for me and you? But many of you tonight now will be heading to your night vigil, whether it's a Salatu. How are you? How was school? Amalo Salatu. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, la ilaha. Look, that's my Quran. That's my Quran. That's the one I came with, when I was brainwashed from Nigeria. I came to UK with this Quran. I now realize that people in London, they don't think about these. Not that we don't have Muslims here. We have 3.5 million Muslims in England and Wales combined together. I don't have to go to any Asalatu, which I have not been to for a very long time. I love the religion. I still believe in it. But that is not what is being used to operate United Kingdom, England, where I live. Alake, Dele Alake, yes. Dele Alake is telling us that he is going to give us 2,000 extra security to protect and make sure that we do not have illegal mining. I hope they start from Osun State, where they have been driving a lot of our resources under the ground. We need that 2,000 alone in Osun State. How many of you, when you were coming to UK, you also have that your small Bible? I kept mine like this. Make I enter UK. Inshallah. Make I enter UK. And now I realize that my Nigerian passport is as useless as tissue paper after 24 years. This is the Quran I came with from Nigeria in 1998. It's still with me. Even though, you know, I've done a lot of patchy to it, I kept it because it was given to me by one of my uncle. It's not about religion. I am not here to bring down any religion. I am still a Muslim and I'm also a traditionalist. I am Omo Babalawo. I am also a Christian. So I don't have any issues with the three. I also believe in Hindu. I believe in whatever anybody wants to believe in. But what I'm saying is that we have been told lies that many of the churches in England have now become a pub. Even we've converted them to some different things that we want to use them for. I was on a page, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, and I realized that she posted something where church is now being sold because nobody's going to church anymore in UK. Is that not what you're going to say? Hey, Koikimedia issue, and issue belongs to us. So stop calling issue awala issue. Every now and then, mumani koba mi boy issue nile because not that one she ni bi bai. Kí ló ń pa ile rin yawa comfort. Bẹ́ẹ̀ Quran tí mo gbé wọlé leleyi. Mo gbé kankan wọlé Quran àti Tesuba 1,000 with one small bag like that. I was just praying that I should be landed at the Gatwick airport. That was all the question the guy was asking me. I was just saying yes. Whether the one where they say make I say no, I just say yes. When I just say baga, you don't enter. We don't start immigration wahala. 15 years I was locked in. I couldn't travel out of this country again. But that was how they did it with our own. They were doing more than 300 years where Church of England was using us for slaves, was buying slaves for free and use them to invest in what is known as Church of England. They are now telling Church of England, give us £1 billion. Only no, I cannot give you £1 billion. So for what? £1 billion. Not be 300 years we take una for slave. If we can't use 1,000 years, take you for slave. Many of you are still slaves today. You're looking at me. You live in big mansion, but you are living in you are a slave. Some of you live in your house with so much burglary proof inside. I can't remember the last time, there's no burglary. Not that we don't have crime in this country. I told you yesterday that UK, in terms of poverty level, has gone up. I told you that yesterday. I gave you the figure. There's so much poverty now in the UK system that we only pray that the world, that they are trying to make everybody become abject poverty. And I'm talking about the globalists. And this is BBC 24 hours ago. Absolute poverty. The United Kingdom sees the biggest rise for 30 years. There are more people in poverty in UK. So how do you expect Nigeria to work? There is no wealth. There is no prosperity. Oh, power belongs to the people. Katrina Lang told you that. All right. Just reason I cite you. Oh, power belongs to the people. Go and vote. But UK did not tell us that in 1959, The first ever election was rigged for the Northerners. They rigged the censor. So how do you think that INEC won't be a fraud institution? I hear Nigerians saying, we are going to swear, we are going to cause Jega. You're wasting your time. All this, your energy that you are burning is not going to transform to anything. Support Biafra, those of you that are Igbo. Support Yoruba, those of you that support Nigeria, that are Yoruba people. The Hausa, go and support Arewa. Let us dissolve the Middle Belt. We will still have cordial relationship among ourselves. But no, we don't want that. Hey, we don't on social media, we fight each other. When we should be winding down this shit old country called Nigeria. I can't say all the names of those of you on the Twitter, but I know there's about 38 of you there. The energy price caused the sharpest increase in UK absolute poverty in 30 years. So if UK is telling us that they are now in poverty in more than 30 years, the poverty level has gone up. You can imagine what Nigeria is going to look like. Oh, but some of you will say, hey, but Koiki, Tabaga Yoruba nation, is it not the same Tinubu that will be there? Is it not the same Yoruba people that are destroying Nigeria today that will be there? Oh my God, idiot all over the place. When I came to this country, there was nothing called automated insurance from the police vehicle. So what a lot of people do is you go online or you make a phone call, you buy an insurance, they'll send you the certificate. As long as you get the certificate, you call the insurance company, you close that insurance. But that certificate says the insurance lasts for 1 year. But automatically, you have actually phoned them to cancel it. So when you now drive your car, the police pull you over. They will now ask you, do you have insurance? You say, yes. If you have the paper document right with you, you show them, they'll look at it, bye, hey, good man. But what more? Oti cancel insurance. Now, they now realize that some cars, when they want to claim, all right, we're going to end this program in just about a few minutes because I got to go and pick, some of my little young ones. All right. So this program is going to come to an end because I got to go now. I have children to pick up and I got to go now. But we're going to come back and do more. Later on, what they did was they upgraded the system. They had automated system where if you do the insurance, you cancel it, they will find out and you'll be penalized. That system was not there when I came to this country in 1998. People that you are saying that there will be the same people coming to be our politicians when we have Yoruba nation, even if they have to, it will not be the same system as it is in Nigeria because we will have a robust constitution that will fight and defend every innocent people, not the one that you have presently that is a crazy country called Nigeria. Nigeria is not a country. I wish many of you would know that. And if you say, shut up, blah, 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 look, all my children just came back from school. I hope yours have come back from school as well. Have a very good afternoon. And I hope you are able to feed them the exact meal that they want to eat. I hope they have the healthcare system. I hope they have the freedom to move from your village to another village without being killed by the terrorists that are sitting and waiting to capture your children so that you go and look for the millionaire or they rape them and they execute them. And for those of you that are waiting for the Nigerian economy to bounce back, you will wait till thy kingdom come. That economy is dead like Titanic and nothing can rise it back up. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Enjoy the rest of the day. And if we meet again, we do. If otherwise, just follow the platform. Bye for now. Okay, Lori MixLR. Forgot to mention you. I know you're there, but I just almost forgot. Thank you.